Okay, so we've got potassium carbonate here, and we took it through the boil and we got it to the same stage as the potassium muriate. So it's looking like organic potash cannot make soap the way you do with the organic potash from Africa. Now the next type of soap we're going to try to make with the black soap series is actually using Ghana organic potash, which I have coming in from Africa. I have some plantain potash and I have some cocoa potash, and if it works, I do have a conversation in the process that might allow me to import about 1,000 pounds or 1,000 kilograms. I'm not sure if it's a metric ton or a standard ton, but if we do, we'll see what that costs, and maybe I can bring it in for more of you to be able to try to make a black soap with African. Okay, so we're getting the foaming she was talking about in her video. And the sand has settled and started to dissolve. So maybe we're actually going to get some inorganic potash black soap, North American black soap. Now we're just using coconut oil here. It's looking kind of foamy, kind of like soap. If we get to a gel phase, I'll bring you back. All we've got is my shadow here though. Still pretty sandy. I'm going to turn the heat down a little so it's not quite so hot. This is a very different process than cooked caustic soda soap. Starting to smoke a little bit and separate again. Again, that mashed potato-ish stuff, and it could just be the reaction is doing weird things. I'm going to turn it down some more. I don't know what this is doing, but that's now smoke. So my alarms might go off. I might have to. Look at that. It's turning brown. It's getting crusty. Bring it back. So it is smoking quite a lot. So I've turned it down to low. It's gone from like a pale to a light brown now. I'm gonna open up all the windows because it really is smoking now. I'm outside in the barn because this stuff has started to smoke and to turn brown, and it's kind of starting to look like soap. Black soap. The sodium muriate did not do this, but I think we did it. I think we have black soap. It actually smells like soap. Like a smoky soap. So I will do this whole process outside. I'm not going to continue to cook this. I think it would just be taking out more of the water. And since I plan on making a liquid soap, I'm adding a few. So we were out by the rabbit barn and they don't even like the smell. Oh my gosh, it's like inhaling soap. Look at that. Black soap. Okay, maybe. Thank you, y'all. The Mati. I was at the point where I wasn't a believer. We'll see if this is soapy. Definitely is a lot different than the other black soap that we tried to make. It's different than African black soap. Wow. This is just different. We'll see. Wow, North American black soap. First batch I've ever made. Now we're using inorganic potash. I didn't want to burn ashes and do that. I wanted a more purified potash ingredient. So I tried several, that is definitely soap. Several different potash components. And we'll see when this cools what we got, guys, what we got. And I apologize for the barn background, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Whew, look at that soap. I don't know if you can see that color. Oof. See if I can get it to focus on it. I won't focus on it. It's a beautiful chocolate color. Huh. And I just used coconut oil, virgin coconut oil this time. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Soft black soap. Now this is not Baldi. Baldi is made with potassium hydroxide, a form of caustic soda. This is made from pearl ash or potash, or the chemical name is potassium carbonate. See if I can get a better picture of that soap. Black soap. Now you can make black soap wherever you live. And we'll see, we'll test this out. Make sure it's all safe and nice, and make some beautiful liquid or paste soaps with it. So okay, our black soap is still doing its thing. Still smoking and finishing cooking. Looks like mashed potatoes. I hope I don't have to cook it any longer, but we'll see. We shall see. Is quite the black soap, and I did not add anything but potash and water and coconut oil. So we used a virgin coconut oil. And the potash I used was potassium hydroxide. No, potassium carbonate is the potash I used. Potassium hydroxide is a caustic soda, and it actually comes from potassium carbonate. It's changed by electrolysis. There's a couple of different ways you can change it. But in this process, I it's looking like it actually changed into the hydroxide form. And we'll see what kind of soap this is with the recipe we've been given. So the recipe is just a guideline. It's a 3-2-1. So 1 part potash, or in North America, you would use potassium carbonate. I did try potassium uratate. That potash does not work, even at 62%. Maybe I'll cook it some more and see what happens. It might work too. I've got it's at a stage that was right before where this one was, so maybe if we go outside and let it smoke its way, it might actually finish converting into. So we have an emulsion phase with that other one, but I was afraid to go any further because it was really black. I used canola oil and beeswax and, grapeseed. Some of our North American mainland products. But coconut oil is produced in Hawaii, so I figure we can use coconut oil and still have it be a North American style black soap. Look at that. That's just incredible. Definitely different type of soap. Now apparently you can keep cooking it, but dang, this stuff really, really smokes. So definitely pick a place outside once you get to the smoking stage. You're ready to move outside. If you need additional heat at that point, make sure you have some kind of, electric or fire source to continue cooking it. But sometimes neighbors will complain of the smoke. So if you're doing a large batch of this, and this is probably the smallest size trial batch, I would recommend, just because you're able to stick blender it if you want to try that to hurry up the process, or other things. This is a beautiful chocolate color, but it is not chocolate, guys. I thought the same thing about the other soap, and I'll just go get the other one that's not quite soap so you can see the difference of the potassium uratate versus the potassium carbonate. Okay, so this is a potassium uratate soap attempt, and it's still it's got that sandy grainy texture that this one went through, but it never actually started to smoke the same way. When it started to smoke, I pulled it off the heat, and we'll see what happens when I heat it up some more. But I'm definitely going to do that outside. I mean, it has the same kind of chocolatey, delicious look to it. Look at that. That is incredible. So if you want some of this soap, I can make it for you. It's definitely a labor of love, and shipping is terrible, but I can definitely make you some of this soap. Wow, that's just cool. All right, so I'm gonna go get some water, and we're gonna test it, see if we get any lather, or if it's like this one, this just kind of really kind of oily, greasy still. It's not actually soap. It failed the zap test. I'm afraid to do this one. This one is failing the zap test too. So, but it looks like it might be soap. So it might be worth trying. This one actually is soapy. Anyway, not quite finished saponifying. I'm afraid to bring in more heat for this though. This is a definite adventure in soap making. And I'm so glad I went to the Ghana soap school and learned everything I could from Ya. Thank you, Ya. Appreciate you so much. Okay, be back in a little bit. Okay, while this is still hot, I'm going to put a little bit of shea butter. And just a touch of red palm. Just for fun. Now this is from Ghana or West Africa. And the soap also, and the shea butter is also from Ghana. I'm just going to super fat that a little, just for fun. We're actually getting a lather, so it is soap. We have black soap in this pot, made with inorganic potash from North America. This stuff is so thick. I'm gonna go get a container for this and try to scrape it out the best I can, and we'll let it sit for a while, and then I will test it for skin safety and lather next time I see you. Let's move it into our container. Wish I had two hands, but I don't. It's not, this looks like chocolate frosting. Just looks so yummy. Look at that. Can make a clip for this, hold on. All right, let's get this black soap scrapey. Boy, this is beautiful stuff. So sticky. Definitely something you could pipe though, maybe. While it's hot. As it cools, it's getting thicker. Of course, we're using all solid type oils for this soap. Oh my gosh, that is just incredible. So I only made a single batch here. Now, if you want to super fat your soap, always add it after the cook. If you add extra oil during the cook, there's no way to know what your super fat is. So I've got this little scraper, so we're going to use that. This is very precious stuff because I worked like crazy to figure it out. Invested in a class at the Ghana Soap School. Read and reread and researched outside of the classroom just to find something that I would be able to use here in North America. And I'm really going to be excited to try that organic potash next, which is coming from Africa. It is in the mail, guys. It is in the mail. I hope it's in the mail. But it's nice to know that I can make soap like this with North American ingredients too. It's just, the process is so different from what all of us are used to here in North America. I mean, there's a lot of soap makers, and it's all about quick, and it's all about presentation, and it's all about this liquid that's solid, solidifies, and we know how to work with it. This is another animal. It's a completely different soap. It is made differently from far different ingredients, but it also feels different on the skin. It has a different feel to it. And I must say that I absolutely adore it. It is a stronger soap, so if you have sensitive skin, black soaps are probably not for you. But I have sensitive skin and I love it, so, you know, it's also personal preference. This is just, if you can see this, I'm trying to get every single drop. Now I'll make a liquid soap with this again so you can see how that's done. We'll also use some authentic African black soap. Now it's only African black soap if it's made in Africa with African ingredients, right? Ingredients from Africa. You can't call it African black soap if you're not using the right ingredients. You can't just, you know, burn some bananas and some cocoa husk mulch and call it African black soap. Unless those bananas and husks came from cocoa husks, because we don't actually have cocoa pods. That never leaves their countries. Could get it from Ecuador, but then it would be Ecuador black soap. This is so cool. A little bit of the red palm oil on me. This is neat. This is so cool. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this. Now I'm just gonna leave it in here and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Apparently you can keep stirring and cooking this to make it thicker, or even a powder. But like you saw a few minutes ago, it is smoky business. Such smoky business. I'm sure it'll get darker and more burnt. That is nothing like my Sebam Beldi, which is Moroccan style, made with potassium hydroxide. Yeah, this is a new cool thing. Let's see if I can get. Look at that. All right, if you enjoyed this, please click like and subscribe and come on back to my soapy kitchen or soapy backyard today. Soon. Bye for now.